Okay, that was a little introduction there. Kind of cheesy, but really happy song. But anyways, I just wanted to do another video. Um, so always trying to figure out. I am going to do another video the day before the election to do an election prediction, and I was trying to figure out how am I going to do this. I want to do it fairly. I don't want to do it based on my feelings. I mean, obviously, I want Trump to win. And if you looked at my other videos, you would know that. But I want to do a prediction based on numbers and facts. I don't want to do it based on my feelings and, oh, I hope this happens or I hope this happens. I'm just going to do it based on mathematics and numbers. Okay, and so I'll make obviously I'm going to update you guys every so often when a state does change. I'm going to go ahead and update you guys on that. So without further ado, let me explain to you how I'm doing this election prediction. Okay. First of all, what I do is I look at the polls, the last 5 polls in 2016 for the 12 states that I have, in beige. So Nevada, Arizona, Texas, Iowa, Wisconsin, Michigan, Ohio, Pennsylvania, New Hampshire, North Carolina, Georgia, and Florida. All of those states, I'm going to look at the poll numbers. Okay, I looked them up for 2016, the last 5 numbers. Those numbers are static. They're not going to change. Okay, so, and what I do is I take whoever leads in the poll, and I look at whoever won the state and how much they won the state by. And depending on how accurate the poll is, I either give points to Trump or I take away points to Trump. Okay? So I'm just going to go ahead, before I even get started with my mathematics, I want to explain to you how I do this. So the first state I have up here is Ohio. Okay? And the 2016 polls, the last 5 polls, and I use Real Clear Politics on this. The last 5 polls, Trump was up by 3.8%. Trump won the state by 8.1%. So he overperformed. Okay? And he overperformed by 4.3%. So whatever the poll is now, I'm going to give Trump an extra 4.3%. The reason why I do this is because the 2016 polls are inaccurate to a certain degree. Okay? And I'm trying to balance out the poll numbers from then and the poll numbers now and make a prediction on who's going to win that way. Because a lot of conservatives are saying that the polls were wrong. And they were wrong. Some of it was wrong. Okay? But so that's how I'm going to do it. Another example is Nevada. Trump was ahead by 0.8%, but Clinton actually won the state by 2.4%. So actually, I'm going to take away points from Donald Trump. Okay? I'm taking away 3.2 percentage points away from Donald Trump. So in order for Trump to win the election, he has to be up in the state of Nevada by at least 3.2 percentage points because Republicans underperform in that state. Now, hopefully by now you understand how I calculate it. So I'm just going to read, I'm going to do this one time, okay? And then I'll do updates on videos every so often if a state changes, if the state flips, okay? So as I said, Ohio, Trump was up by 3.8. In 2016, he won by 8.1. In Wisconsin, Clinton was up by 6.0. Trump won by 0.7. That means I'm giving Trump 6.7 percentage points. That's what that means. In Florida, Trump was up by 0.8. He won by 1.2. That's a 0.4 difference. So now you get it, okay? Michigan, Clinton was up by 3.2. Trump won by 0.3. Pennsylvania, Clinton was up by 1.4. Trump won by 0.7. In North Carolina, Clinton was up by 2.4. And Trump was up by 2.4, and Trump won by 3.7, overperformed. Arizona was very good. The polls were excellent. Trump was up by 3.4, he won by 3.5. In Texas, the same thing, the polls were excellent. Trump was up by 9.2, he won by 9.0. Iowa was way off. Trump was up by 3.4, and he won by 9.5. Nevada was off as well. Trump was up by 0.8. Clinton won by 2.4. In New Hampshire, Clinton was up by 1.0. She won by 0.3. And in Georgia, Trump was up by 4.8, and then he actually won by 5.1. So that was pretty accurate as well. So now, without further ado, since you know how I'm going to do this, and this is exactly how I'm going to do my election prediction. And if Biden wins. I'll be pissed, but it is what it is. Okay? So let's get started. In the state of Nevada, Biden is up by 4.6 percentage points. Weighted on my calculations, he would win the state by 7.8%. Okay? Moving on to Arizona. Arizona, right now, Biden has a 2-point lead. So in my calculations, he would win the state by 1.9%. Okay? Let's move on to Texas. In the state of Texas, Trump is up by 0.6%. And I'm taking the last 5 polls. The last 5 polls on Clear Politics, starting with the latest 5 polls. That's how I'm doing it. Okay? So in Texas, Trump is up by 0.6%. That means he would be up by 0.4. It is neck and neck in Texas. Okay, but it's Trump. Trump has the lead in that. In Iowa, Trump has a 3.4% lead. So it's very similar to last time. Okay, last time he won the state by 9.4. Okay, so I'm giving it to Trump. And in the state of Wisconsin, Biden is up by 6.4%. That means that Trump would win by 0.3%. Okay? The state is flipped in his favor because the polls are off. In the state of Michigan, Biden has a 6-point lead. There's a 3.5% difference last time, so Biden would win by 2.5%. Okay? In the state of Ohio, Biden has a 2-point lead. But the poll difference is 4.3. So Trump would win by 2.3%. Okay? And in Pennsylvania, Biden has a 6-point lead. And Trump overperformed by 2.1% in that state. So that gives Biden a 3.9% lead in that state. In the state of New Hampshire, Biden has a 7.8% lead. That gives him the state 7.1%. Okay? So Biden leads that state. And in North Carolina, and actually recently flipped on my projections, right now Biden has a 0.2% lead. But since Trump overperformed, he actually leads the state by 1.1%. In the state of Georgia, Trump has a 2% lead. He overperformed by 0.3, so he would win the state by 2.3. And last, in Florida, Biden has a 5.8% lead. That means he would win by 5.4%. Okay? So there you go. If the election were tomorrow, based on my polling differences and my mathematical calculations, Biden would have 308 electoral votes, and Trump would have 230 electoral votes. So if the numbers are exactly the same, Monday before the election, I would call it for Biden. Okay? And that's based on the polling differences. Okay? I am taking the polling differences into consideration in this video. Any comments would be great. Like and subscribe to my channel. As I said, I'm trying to be as non-biased as possible. I am doing it based on mathematical calculations. Thank you and have a great day. Bye-bye.